Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. On a glorious day, a glorious morning, you know, just had my coffee. Everything's wonderful, except it's a sad day. It's a sad time in boxing because one of our elite fighters, is definitely not elite anymore, right? And it's kind of sad when Father Time is pretty much undefeated. We all know that, but the time has come earlier than I kind of thought. Sometimes Father Time gets there earlier, than it does with other fighters, and that would be Vasil, the Matrix, Lomachenko. And it's not official, no one, but I'm just from the feedback and from the opinions of people right now, basically telling you that we don't think Lomachenko is elite anymore. What do I mean? Well, Javante Tank Davis just knocked Frank Martin out pretty impressively. Even though Frank Martin wasn't the guy that we wanted Javante Tank Davis to fight. But Frank Martin is a formidable opponent. We seem to always say that opponents are not good or whatever after people do something to them. We did that to Stephen Fulton before Inouye dominated him. Before it was like, hey man, it's a black guy that's with a lot of movement and awesome, and he's gonna really give Inouye something, big problems. And afterwards, then it's like, well, Fulton is okay, right? Right? Frank Martin is a slick black boxer, right? That was supposed to give Javante Davis problems. He did, but then got flatlined. But he still did a good job. That's my point. These fighters are still good just because they lose against somebody who's better. So Javante Davis, but it looked impressive. Now, Javante Davis wants Lomachenko. Now, let's be real. Don't get any illusions. Javante Davis supposed to fight Lomachenko a long damn time ago. Lomachenko, I told you guys in other videos, Javante Tank Davis to me is the black Canelo. People call him the face of boxing, even though there's great fighters right in his division. One was undisputed in Devin Haney. Another one was the best fighter we ever seen in Lomachenko. How does the other guy be the face of boxing and don't fight these guys? Not to mention Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez when he was there, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, no, don't get it twisted here. It's just right now, Lomachenko is 36 years old, just coming off of beating George Kambosos, who we say he's good, right? After he beats Teofimo Lopez. When he loses to Devin Haney, then he's not that good. He wasn't ever that good, So those are the kind of things that we go up and down, how we need it, whatever narrative we need. George Kambosos is a formidable opponent. Lomachenko dominated him. So he can't be in that bad a form. But I'm hearing that people are really afraid of Lomachenko getting in there with this particular Javante Tank Davis, right? That's what people don't really want Lomachenko to fight Javante Tank Davis. Lomachenko, if he's one of the best of all time, one of the best we've ever seen and stuff like that, then at 36 years old, you're supposed to be wanting to get in with somebody who's dominating in your division or is a good person in your division, right? Because I don't want to mention Floyd Mayweather. What was he, 36, 37? When he fought Little Young, Canelo Alvarez, and others, right? I will just want to mention, don't want to get anybody upset, which I don't give a damn about that. But to be honest, Terrence Crawford right now is 37 years old, and we shooting everybody at him. People want Terrence Crawford to fight David Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want him to fight Canelo. Well, then fight David Benavidez or fight David Morrell. 3 divisions higher than him and awesome and way bigger than him. That's the kind of stuff they're throwing at him. Fight Yanabik. He ain't even been at 154, but fight Yanabik Alakulami at 160, the best one up there. This is what they're telling him to do at 37. So when we talk about these best of all time kind of stuffs, then okay, then we could let Lomachenko be one of the best of all, that's what we're going to call him. The GOAT has to be Terrence Crawford then, because look at the stuff we're telling him to do. He's about to go up and fight Majimov, who's an awesome fighter in a 154-pound division, his 4th division up there. We ain't saying he's old, he shouldn't be fighting him. right? We ain't say he's too old to fight uh, Fundura or the baddest one we thought in Tim Chu. We saying go fight him. We ain't say nothing about him when he was about to fight Jamel Charlo, who was undisputed at that division, punking him out at 154 pounds. You see what I'm saying? So there's nobody at 154 who was saying to Terrence Crawford that he shouldn't fight. He's a little bit too old. Leave that alone right now. You see what I'm saying? And that's a current fighter, 37 years old, older than Lomachenko. More fights than Lomachenko. So if Lomachenko is that what we say he is, and let me tell you, I believe in him more than the people Lomachenko fans. Because I think Lomachenko gives Gervonta Tank Davis a great fight. And here's the thing about it, guys. You guys are so afraid for these fighters to lose that you don't think about what if they win. What if Lomachenko beats Gervonta Tank Davis right now, who people are calling the face of boxing, who's undefeated and knocks out everybody? Right? Let me just tell you, Lomachenko could have a great fight against him, and his stock rises. If Lomachenko has the same performance that he did against Devin Haney, meaning not getting knocked out and in a competitive fight, because that's all he has to do. You remember that. He doesn't have to beat this brother. You got to just be competitive against this brother, and his stock raises. So I would think Lomachenko has no reason not to fight him. But what my point here is it's a sad day because we don't think that Lomachenko, at 36 years old, will have a competitive fight against Gervonta Tank Davis. You guys got to decide now, because I think it's a damn good fight with Gervonta Tank Davis against Lomachenko now, instead of Gervonta Tank Davis against Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson should go fight somebody else right now, and then let Gervonta fight Loma now, right? Before Loma gets a little bit even older, right? Shakur Stevenson gonna be there. Shakur Stevenson fight whoever else is feeling froggy at 135 until that fight is decided, and fight the winner of that fight. Because see, and you know, and because here's the deal: does anybody want Lomachenko to fight Shakur Stevenson? Right? Because that's a whole different issue. That's the battle of the boring fighters, right? Because both of them don't get hit. People say Shakur is boring, like he runs, but Lomachenko doesn't run. They both stay in the pocket and don't get hit much, right? It's just we have a tendency when a brother don't get hit much with, BTBG, we're mad. But, Shakur Stevenson doesn't run much. He be in the pocket hitting you when you just ain't hitting him back. That's what that is. So him and Lomachenko is also a good fight, but I'm pretty sure people don't want to see that one either, right? So let's let Shakur Stevenson hold up. Let Lomachenko beat Gervonta Davis. Then you got Shakur Stevenson, the new Lomachenko versus the original Lomachenko. That's a big fight. Or you have Gervonta Davis knocking out Lomachenko, and everybody's saying that he's definitely the very best, and then they'll start believing that Gervonta Davis can beat Shakur Stevenson, because that's another issue. People don't believe that either. Yeah, everyone knows that Shakur Stevenson beats everybody, but they don't like to say it loud, because that's why they call them other names like boring and whatever. If your hand is messed up and you still win against De Los Santos, and people start saying stuff. That's how boxing works. Just like right now, they talking about David Benavidez. All of a sudden, he's a light heavyweight, and he's not weight bullying anymore. A man's hands was hurt, and he beat an extremely good Alexander Gvorchik. But we want to tear him down. No, you don't. Winning against Gvorchik is good enough. Dominating is ridiculously awesome, because you're not supposed to do that either. But, people can do narratives if you let them. Just don't let them. Now, back to the point. Is Lomachenko elite, or is he not elite? If Lomachenko was elite and ever was elite, then at 36 years old, he's supposed to get in here and handle his business versus Gervonta Tank Davis. Doma Sports Talk. Worldwide. Good morning to y'all. And I'm up out of here, y'all.